Hi, I'm Gina Satterfield. I'm just a concerned citizen, mom, and I am going to go over a little bit of about the federal government corporations and overview. This is dated back in June 8, 2011, and it is by the American National Government Congressional Regional Attention. The reason why we're having such a hard time is with fighting CPS or any governmental agency.
For the listeners, would you let them know what CPS is? Because a lot of people
Child Protective Services.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to start with what Dave was saying in his video. It was the biggest expose of CPS in the country that we know of. And I learned that the government corporation form of federal agency is a useful option to consider when establishing or recognizing an agency with revenue potential. Okay, when they're talking about what are these government agencies? Why are they making money? Our tax dollars, pay them for their benefits and for their wage. Why are they? What's going on? Why are they making so much money, and where's it going? Okay, and I kind of got
that
these
funding of Child Protective Services and this corporate structure that we're looking at, Gina. Does there warrant us as citizens to dig further because of the lack of transparency that we are finding in the Department of Health and Human Services and their ability to generate this and take this funding without accountability? Do we need to be doing that on behalf of the people?
We need to be digging a lot deeper. There's no liability, there's no accountability, there's no transparency. They're run amok. And they're using a lot of our money, and the children, they get a lot of money per child. And when they absolutely put them into foster care and adopt them out, they get more money.
One of the things that I've been following here, trying to build on this story, was we hear a lot of scuffle about removing children from their parents on the southern border on a national level, and yet very little is talked about children being ripped from homes right here in Montana in the name of Child Protective Services or these bureaucracies that are generating this funding. Do you believe, or do you think that we need to be more proactive as citizens to get this exposure out there? And if so, who do you think is really behind this? Do you think it's the entire government, or is it individuals, or is it both?
I think it's both. Anytime you have that much money flowing, I mean, it's like the mafia. That's all I can say. It's your children are a hot commodity. So,
human trafficking, maybe.
Human trafficking at state levels.
I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
Nationally and internationally.
Right.
So, and what I want to stress about these, like CPS or DP, HHS, okay, so at least 3 factors may contribute to the interest of government corporations. These are corporations that are making money, okay? First, the restrictive character of the federal budget encourages agencies to develop new sources of revenue, e.g. outsourcing services to the private sector and to other agencies, and to attempt to avoid increasing outlays, which is just funding to take care of business.
Whoa. So are we talking about our taxpayers or dollars are going out and not only creating a larger government bureaucracy, but it's also creating openings for non-government organizations
Absolutely.
that are bellied up to our system?
You got a daisy chain of 501c3s.
Okay. So this comes back to this first part of our story here, touches on the realization that there's a big money behind this, and part of our job is going to have to be to get more investigative reporting done on that side of things? Where's this money coming from? Who's behind it? Where's it going? Why isn't there any accountability? How come we're not seeing transparency?
Well, second here it says, experience suggests that it is politically easier for corporate bodies to be exempt by Congress from the federal government's general management laws, e.g. the Freedom of Information Act and employee compensation restrictions, than it is for traditional agencies. Finally, the corporate concept appears to many, correctly or otherwise, to be supportive of the new public management that emphasizes entrepreneurship, risk-taking, private sector practices in federal administration. So, you can just go and, why aren't, Dave said something, the guy that I found out this information by, why aren't they in their own private business? Why don't they start their own business? That's what, if you're going to be a risk taker and you're going to have entrepreneurship, why are you going to use the government to do it? Our tax dollars, okay? Another important piece here. Sorry, I'm kind of scattered by looking out of this information. Okay, to assist Congress in its oversight activities, this report provides an overview of the government corporations as an administrative model. This is administrative courts. They're not real courts. They're fake courts. It's not judicial. As defined in this report, a government corporation is a government agency that is established by Congress to provide a market-oriented public service and to produce revenues that meet or approximate its expenditures. By this definition, currently there are 17 governmental corporations. Oh, there's a lot more than that now. It is not judicial court. It is an administrative court. It's not constitutional. It's a fake system.
So as we're moving forward here, I'm sorry for interrupting you, Gina.
It's okay.
If we're moving forward in our investigation here on what's really behind the scenes, I'll have to get you to give us that a link to that report that you're pulling some of this information out, so that we can share that with the people. And then also, like I say, one of the things that we're looking at making sure that we do is to let the folks know that this is really chapter 1 of our story that needs to get out there, and we need everyone's help. And thank you for your efforts that you've done over the years in exposing this, and that we are united in making America great again.
Thank you. But one more thing, if they're running this business and they are producing wealth, and they're doing this as if they're private, and that's what they want to privatize, but they want our monies to do it, tax dollars, without liability. They've been doing this for a long time, but it's getting more and more powerful all the time. They need more kids.
We will continue this, and I want to thank you, and we'll make sure that the people are getting engaged and understand the real danger here, and the real danger is the children.
Absolutely.
In our future. Okay? Thank you, Gina.
Whether it's your child or not.